I'm a big fan of not stereotyping anybody because I've been stereotyped for so long. It's like, yeah, I was a model, and everyone knew who I was. And then I traveled and lived in Europe for a while, and everyone knew who I was.
Now I feel bad. I feel bad now.
I kind of feel bad. My thinking was, it's like bingo, right? Like, you got to get a line. You get a line, it's a Timgo.
Oh, it's a Timgo.
And we win. And I didn't really think it through. I just thought a bingo card would be funny.
Oh, it's absolutely hilarious.
I think I.
What is this?
I did. I know what you're talking about.
He said, what did he say? Do you remember exactly what he said?
I didn't see it.
Yes, you did. We saw it.
He said...
You didn't see it? We were all laughing about it.
No, I don't think I did.
Oh, okay.
No.
He said, there's very good possibility that if Biden is elected, you'll be dead within the year.
Yeah.
Republicans will be hunted.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, was it meant to be over the top on purpose?
Probably.
I saw some people saying that with just like 3 tweets, he got them all triggered and going nuts and ape. And that the point may have been to do that. But now it's like, it makes him and it makes Trump supporters look insane, completely insane. I don't know.
Before now, everybody had a really good view of Scott Adams and Trump supporters as very reasonable people. But now they look insane.
For the first time.
The goal was to like make Trump supporters look bad.
Well, stereotypes in general I don't like. So it's like, sure, he personally put that out there. He doesn't represent me. He doesn't represent
talk about Persuasion.
Most people.
Let's talk about Persuasion.
Sure.
That is popping up on a whole bunch of
Lord? Does that count as a shut up weed lord?
That kind of counts as a shut up weed lord. I guess. I feel like we'll get that naturally more. I don't know.
We'll get a better one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel good about it on
nothing,
that one.
Nothing to do with politics. Like insane people Facebook.
Okay.
And regular people are just like face palming and shaking their heads like, whoa, Trump supporters are crazy.
I think there's people on both sides that are crazy, that are just, they are separated from the average person that's looking at both sides going, I don't understand either group here. So I don't understand.
If you want to convince regular people to vote for Trump,
Mm-hmm.
There are people out there who are looking at everything and going, I don't understand any of this.
I mean,
what's happening?
It does sound a little bit like projection.
I look at the left, I go, I don't understand that. I look at the right, I go, I don't understand that. Clearly, I'm the most informed person politically.
The thing you want to say is that they're coming to kill me. Help, help.
Okay. Well, I don't go to Scott for my political advice.
I'm not saying you do. I'm asking, why would you say something like that? Like, what's the point of doing that? Why would he say it?
Because his job is to sell cartoons and to have be in the public eye.
So you think he was just trying to like generate buzz for himself?
That's it's not, his job isn't a cartoon salesman. His job is that of a cartoonist.
He's a door-to-door cartoon salesman.
I know, yeah. And then he's just got to get more inflammatory takes on the Twitter, and then that way it'll get him more cartoon sales, because that's how cartoons work.
You just got a picture of this newspaper editor who's like, Scott Adams is hot right now.
Hey, give me that Scott Adams guy. I see his takes. I like what that guy thinks.
Parker, get out there and bring me some Scott Adams cartoons.
Have we not figured that out?
But
what mainstream media?
He's not a news guy.
It doesn't. He's okay. He may not be news, but he's on a platform that he needs his comics to be read. He needs his name to be spread, and it worked. So sure, okay, he's not a newsman, but he's in the light of the internet.
Do we have one for Weed Lord debunks himself in real time? Because we should have those.
Don't. Next time for sure.
He's not a guy. He's not a journalist, and that's also not how journalists work. You're not get me the journalist who's got the spicy. Who's hot right now? Oh, that guy. Yeah, I like him. He's got some spicy takes on Twitter. Let's hire him right away.
That explains a lot if that's what they think a journalist is.
Oh, absolutely.
The person with the hottest take.
To make money.
Sure. Isn't that yeah, that seems to have worked over the past 4 years.
It's very simple. Well, I mean, no, a lot of the stuff he was doing was like explaining Trump's tactics.
I'm not
and strategies.
specifically talking about him. I'm saying
No. A lot of what he was doing before was really cool. It's the new stuff I don't like.
Yeah, no, of course. But what he's done in the past couple of months, that's beyond the pale.
and bad, orange man bad, and it
Yeah,
sells.
but he's not an orange man bad personality. That's the issue.
Okay, so he's his own creation. Sure.
I'm wearing an orange toque right now. By the way.
So it just makes. I mean, hey, whatever his goal is, it makes Republicans look like they're lunatics.
Yeah.
Like paranoid, delusional. Oh no, they're coming to kill me. What do I do? And then you get these CNN people acting like Antifa doesn't exist.
Yeah.
When it's convenient.
I'm sick of this idea that most people are just ignorant fools that will just fall for everything. I don't believe it. I just do not believe it. For everyone I meet.
What the fuck? Where did they get this?
I don't know.
How did they get onto this topic?
Tangents should
Sure,
have been
there's
one
those-
too.
Yeah, well then we'd never stop. Yeah.
Ignorant people that are just like, okay, I believe whatever you say. Yes, but, for the most part, a lot of people think for themselves. They want to learn. They don't just read a headline and go.
By the way, before we get too far past it, CNN has never once said that Antifa doesn't exist. it's not only not a common phenomenon, it does not exist. It's a figment of our imagination. So says CNN.
This is Tim's object permanence, because if they're not showing
of
Antifa
course.
on the screen right now, he forgets about them. To keep a little cry-on at the bottom that says, don't forget about Antifa.
Wait, don't unpause
Yeah,
it.
those people
oh, no.
exist, but for the
I was just about to screenshot
Oh, no.
Weedlord's
What?
face. It's okay. I lost him. I'll have to go to the VOD.
For the most part,
he's a
people
man of many faces.
are like, oh, okay, that's a little far-fetched. I'm going to need a little bit more. It's like, okay, sure, Reddit or Twitter. But we know Twitter's 2% of the population. How much? It's probably less on Reddit.
Active Twitter, daily active Twitter users is 2% of the population.
Okay, daily active.
General active, where
Sure.
they like tweet once a month, is 22.
Okay, that's
they're
still
following people.
that's still a small margin of the general public.
Yeah.
So
It's where
okay.
it's the political sphere though.
Yeah, but I'm not going to fall into this thing that I'm like, yeah, all right, well, that clearly it's everyone. It's like all Trump supporters must be like this because of the
nothing.
I just did a Google search, and the first report that comes up is daily monthly interactive users is 330 million people. That was the first result.
To do with what I'm talking about.
the small group on Reddit that are saying, look at this guy and
I
look
didn't say small group. I said it's
Okay.
popping up in a whole bunch
Sorry.
of mainstream spaces where people are like, "Whoa, Trump supporters have gone insane."
so the mainstream
They're-
spaces are what then?
Various it's all over Facebook.
Right.
It's on Facebook.
Was
Reddit,
that a shut
and
up,
Twitter.
Weedlord?
Okay.
And
Does that
people are
count?
taking old Dilbert comics
I
and they're
think that's
rewriting
about
the
as close to a
text
shut
so
up
that it
Weedlord
sounds
as
so
you're gonna
Dilbert
get.
says they're going to kill you.
We got okay, so we got one. So how does this work? Does it
One.
We got one.
Leave this.
So if he mentions
Got one,
simulation
baby.
theory, a civil war, and my liberal friends,
Mm-hmm.
that's a. Oh no, it could go in the opposite direction too. If he talks about being a truth teller, book burning, saying no as an argument, and I have a theory. Actually, he's already done the saying no as an argument too, hasn't he? Like, didn't he? It wasn't that kind of. That was almost a 2-for-1 because he was like, no.
Well, no, it has to be no with no explanation for why.
Oh,
they're saying
sorry,
no.
yeah, no, he didn't
Do a lot, like
Yeah.
when they're reading something and they go no,
Yeah, true.
So when I see like regular people easily getting propaganda to make Trump look bad, I have to wonder what was the point of saying it.
To get people triggered. That's the whole trolls on the internet. That's literally what they go on the internet to do.
Yeah, so
They're trolling.
so Scott Adams is trolling.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
That's all I'm asking. Like, what was his intention? I don't know. It was a crazy tweet.
Yeah, to have people share it, and they did. It went viral.
Very viral.
Boom, he nailed it. That's exactly what he was
and
trying
I guess,
to do.
Sharing
I
it
guess
right
the Trump
now.
supporters are going to
Yeah.
rush to him now. They're going to be like, this guy gets it. This guy knows what's up. And then the left is going to be like, wow, these people are insane. But he's not trying to cater to that audience. So he's building an audience off of
Well, I think it's ridiculous, but that's not
Yeah.
going to change how I feel about the man.
about Trump.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm talking about Scott Adams.
Okay.
But it also creates when you've got regular people in the middle and you're
What?
trying to persuade them
Yeah.
to either agree with you or not.
Yeah, you think those regular people in the middle are on Twitter following him or seeing these things?
No, but they're on Facebook and their 17-year-old, Gen Zs is sharing it with them and they're like, whoa, these people are
Facebook
crazy.
is a freaking it's the wild.
Those fucking 17-year-olds on Facebook.
I
These
was gonna
Gen
say,
Zers who are all over Facebook
and,
spreading the Scott Adams memes.
and he's about to say that Facebook is the wild, wild west too. I'm excited for this. 7-year-old Gen Z.
Fucking finger on the pulse of a generation over here.
It's the Wild West. It's you're either on one side or the other. There is no middle ground. So as far as like regular people, they're probably like sick of seeing both of the sides. It's like a war. It's like walking through a war field and bullets are whipping by you. That's what Facebook feels like.
There are a lot of people that talk about how they were de-radicalized through various social media platforms.
Okay.
Like they were either on the left or on the right, and they switched sides. And so there's a constant ideological battle to prove who's right and who's wrong.
Okay.
So if you're creating what I would argue that what Scott Adams just did was left-wing black propaganda.
Okay.
If you were trying to figure out what the goal of that was.
Wait.
What?
what is left-wing black propaganda? That's my first time hearing this term. Is this a new expression?
Black propaganda mean like some kind of false flag type of thing, or is he?
I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if it's a race thing or and why is Scott Adams doing that too? Oh my.
Would it be left wing? Is my question.
Was and who would benefit? It's so that Joe Biden would benefit greatly.
By the way, this also got incredibly meta. I don't know if you noticed that, but he's like, there's this constant ideological war to prove who's right and who's wrong, and we're laughing at Tim Pool trying to prove that he's wrong.
I don't. Well, I think we've started from the assumption that he's wrong.
Well, true. Yeah, actually, more. This is just us playing a game. To be honest, like, literally playing a game. We've got a board, which I'm surprisingly has only been cleared one thing so far.
Maybe I'm just bad at this. See.
Because a regular person who wakes up has a coma in 2019, wakes up today, and then sees someone tweeting about how you're going to be dead in a year, they're going to be like, "Whoa, these people have gone insane. This is crazy. You're not going to be dead."
No.
Hold on. Why? Because like, you woke up from a coma and you had no context.
Yeah.
Your first thought wouldn't be like, this person must be lying. It's like, oh shit, must be serious, you know?
Or I'm alive? Question mark.
This theory is that Scott Adams is a false flag. He's pretending to be crazy, make the right look bad.
Yes.
Benefit Joe Biden.
Yeah, because he's
even though, like, a second ago, argued the exact opposite by saying people were going on Facebook and spreading these memes and getting genuinely afraid for their lives.
It's your classic left-wing black propaganda, if I've ever seen it.
Some of that, yeah.
Yeah.
He's been made. I'll call Soros and let him know. Take Adams off the payroll.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I'm a big fan of not stereotyping anybody because I've been stereotyped for so long. It's like, I was a model, and everyone knew who I was. And then I traveled and lived in Europe for a while, and everyone knew who I was.
Now I feel bad. I feel bad now.
I kind of feel bad, but at the same time, when he says he doesn't like to stereotype anybody, but then when he talks about the left, it's like
it's one giant stereotype.
These fucking Looney Tunes. Yeah,
absolutely. No, they almost exclusively talk in stereotypes. It's more stereotypes than anything else. Absolutely.
Who I was because I was an American, and it's like, I'm sick of it. Nobody knows who anyone is until you actually get to know them, and that's all races, anyone. It's just like, it's a ridiculous thing that everyone loves to clump anyone and everyone together to be like, I know exactly who you are. It's like, no one knows who anyone
has been stereotyped as an American.
Anyone is until you actually get to know them personally, their character, their heart. That's what you need to know. And it's like, and I think that is a lot more widespread than what we're seeing on the internet. You know, Scott Adams, like, sure, he made that, like you said, it's funny. It's funny to you, so you see that it's funny. So what do you think the percentage of the people that actually saw that just think it's funny? Probably a fairly large amount.
Funny in the sense of, like, what do you mean?
I don't know. You were the one who told me it was funny. What do you mean then?
Yeah, so I think it's funny because it's like one of the most absurd things I've ever seen.
Right. Okay. So going on that,
and he doesn't come off as intentionally trying to be funny. He comes off as serious. So my
and
takeaway
that's the
from
humor
it is,
in it.
if I'm trying to dissect what he was saying, what his goal was,
propaganda.
he was trying to make Trump supporters look like morons.
Okay.
That's what it felt like. I don't think that's the case. So then the alternative is that he is just losing his mind.
Yeah.
Like, I can talk about civil conflict, and I always preface this with 2 years ago, almost.
Boom.
Yep. There it is.
It's a big one.
Oh man, if he says we're in a simulation and talks about a liberal friend, it's over. We could get it in the first video.
It's ball game, baby.
Oh, nice.
3 years ago. It was like New York Mag wrote about the possibility of a civil war, giving it a high probability. And that's when I first brought it up. Then you have this one professor, Peter Turchin, who said, violence in 2020, upcoming civil war. I talk about it again. Then you have Brett Weinstein say, we're entering this possibility. Then you have Bill Maher. So I'm taking my cues from high-profile people, not just the comedians, but professors and experts.
Yeah.
But to come out and say that you'll be dead within a year.
So you're just saying that Scott was completely irresponsible in that.
I don't know.
But that's what I'm hearing from you.
I'm wondering if
it seems like that's exactly what you're saying.
I'm wondering if he was literally sitting there thinking
he's going hard
in a year,
today.
if Biden wins, that tons of people will be dead because they'll be hunting Republicans down.
Do you?
I do not think that will happen.
No. Do you think that does he really think that? Do you think that that's what he thinks?
I lean towards
Okay.
I lean towards he was serious.
Now is that because you think personally that there's a chance that is possible, or do you think that that's what he's thinking?
I mean, I will agree with him. I do think Scott Adams believes that.
Yeah,
it does seem to me like, yeah.
But he's basing that on a single tweet.
I don't know, man. If someone says they believe something, like he did say it, so
true. I'm loving Weedlord's episode, by the way. He's Weedlord is bringing a very particular energy. He's peacocking. It's neat.
Be a little bit of both.
I think he tweeted it, and he thinks it's a possibility.
Okay.
Because I've made the mistake of I don't know what it's called, Poe's Law or something, where you must mark everything as satire. I made a joke about Aunt Jemima and everyone thought it was real, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like these people are nuts.
No,
right.
so perhaps
no. I'm sorry, Tim. It was very obviously your real opinion. You were very obviously not making a joke. That is so sad. No, I was just kidding.
It was meant to be a big joke, but I have no idea.
Well, the inflections, the nuance in the way you say things
doesn't translate.
Is lost on the internet, and that's a big, huge issue. Everyone takes it so literal.
I'm trying to go through the bingos thing right now. That's why I'm gonna have to slide. Does that count as a word literally means something that it is not? Because that's not what Poe's Law is. Like Poe's Law is that in the internet, when you make a comment at a certain degree, it's hard to tell between whether it's a joke or extremism, like a form of extremism.
Yeah, so has
that counts as a word literally means something that does not, right? Well, I mean, that's
how's that different from the way he? Yeah, but also how's it different from the way he used it?
He just thinks it's whether or not he's making a joke.
Okay, yeah. So genuine extremism is different than satire, or
indistinguishable. The whole point it was used to identify extremism online, and the idea that if you're on 4chan or 8chan culture, for example, if you make something that's supposed to be like, hey, Thought Slime, do you know about the in brackets question? Haha, wink, wink, and then whether or not if I keep pushing you, eventually, like E::R said, for example, you keep pushing it until the joke really lands, right? That's where Poe's Law gets invoked.
Now, I don't know if that's a word literally means something it does not, but it does sound like doesn't know what thing he is discussing is. Mm-hmm. So I think we can give him that one for sure.
They take it through their perspective. They read it how they are feeling, how they're at, what their moment is.
Or they weaponize it purposefully to the worst possible interpretation.
Same thing.
Right.
It's their perspective. They're like, that's how I'm looking at it right now. So that's the way it is. So F you if that's the person who wrote that, even though that they were totally joking and it was like lighthearted, but doesn't matter because text doesn't carry.
Yeah. Well, I have no idea, man.
Neither do I.
This is a weird tweet.
But that was fun. That was a good rant. I love.
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. We do the show live
Monday
through Friday at 8 p.m.
Yeah, that's not. I guess we'll see.
Show, tune in.
No, yeah, he did say I don't know, but he didn't say.
I know.
I guess we'll see.
I feel like Weedlord Praises Tim was in there too.
It was Weedlord was on.
Yeah, that's true.
Was bringing some powerful anger in this episode. That's
true. I'm just fishing too much for. I want a bingo. Now you got me in. You got the competitive side ignited, right? I'm like, we need to get these quiz.
Yeah. But I want to get it the right way, you know?
No, it's true. It's not worth doing if we don't do it honestly. And I'd rather have credibility and lose than win the wrong way, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. Lance, Chad has brought up an interesting point.
Oh no.
Just as the video cut off, Weedlord said, I love having these talks with you, Tim.
Yeah.
But he only got halfway through the sentence before it
cut
cut
out.
off. Yeah.
That counts. That definitely counts. Yeah.
It counts, but it's very sad.
To our monarch, Tomospo, you are the light that guides our path. To our lords, I'm Rab, Stephen, Ninetails Cosmic Fox, and Hans Josephine, we bow meekly for your pleasure. To our knights of the Round Table, Josh Mickelson, Dylan Byth, Alexander Thaler, Zach Christensen, Todd Buckingham, Todd Lajeunesse, Clement Schutzkopf, Skybear Games, Moss Beast, Political Puppy, Alan R., Andreas Chitoro, Good Poon Hates Cops, that's solid poon then, we salute you. And to all our merchants and farmers, you have our undying loyalty and love.